Okay, so today is April 1st of 2024, the day of Sorry for the poor quality here. I'm not a techno nerd. Anyway, as you can see, this was a line of storms moving northeast. It was a dry line and it was obviously pretty intense. So, this storm completely fulfilled the predictions here. We've been aware of the possibility of storms today for several days, but nothing like this. They were not expected to really develop to this strength, anywhere near this strength, until far east of us. But nonetheless, they have, and this was the result. This was a dry line moving from the north, uh, and there's a cold front. Tomorrow, the high is about 63 degrees. Now, this storm was obviously, like I said, very intense. Had 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, hail, cold gusts of wind, which could have indicated vortex or tornadic activity. Whether or not it did in actuality, I couldn't tell you for sure. Well, but this storm did leave its mark. Now, as you can see, this video was obviously recorded out in the country in a rural area. We do have a second home that is in town, several minutes away from here, just a short little drive. And so we did head over into town to check on our house. And what we found was typical, something we would have expected over there, but it was still worthy of photographs. And I'll give a little backstory. So this is basically just a video on the aftermath of what you see here. If you're interested in this storm video, it is the video uploaded directly previous to this one on the same date as this recording here, April 1st of 2024. The title of that video is, I believe, Very Intense Spring Thunderstorm. And then I put wind, exclamation point, exclamation point. Anyway, so yeah, that should be the title of it. Like I said, uploaded directly before this one. This is out here at our place, nothing major. You see a couple trash cans there, a piece of wood just blown in from God knows where. Those trash cans have just kind of blown around. That one on the right there, on the right edge of the photo, there's actually two more right behind it, and they were from the beginning of the video. Right here at the start of the video, you can see all those cans in one place, and so that's kind of where they came over from. The wind just kind of moved those around. Nothing major, just a little detail there. And I said that it blew our hammock over, but I can see right here from last week's storm, our hammock had already been blown over. But anyway, driving up the street on which our second home is located, we quickly noticed the branches on the various lawns on either sides of the street. This is just a small one here out of what I believe is a pecan tree fallen on the ground there. It had obviously died in a freeze previous and had begun to rot and was rather brittle, but still very thick and heavy. And my father and another guy from the house next door went with a chainsaw and cut it up and put it in a pile on the curb, ready to be picked up. This is out front of a house just up the street again, what looks to be some previously dead or dying tree limbs that have just completely trashed up the street. As you can see, when they fell, they left quite a lot of debris that needs to be swept up to keep the street looking good. If you can see towards the back there, on the right, you can see some more tree limbs down over there. Let's see here. Right there was a few more tree limbs that had fallen out of those backyard trees. Yeah, and this limb here is pretty good size. You can see it caused some damage to this little lady's chain link fence. This is one that my dad and that guy also helped cut up and arrange on the side of the road ready to be picked up. And she had some in the back that we'll be getting back to in the near future. Also had some in the back corner by the shed of another neighbor's backyard. And as you can see, that one also left quite a mess. And there's the guy, my dad, and the little lady at her house cutting up some wood and putting it out by the road. Sorry, this is sideways. I don't know if you can see that, but that is a electric pole with the guy wire completely limp. It had been broken, and the pole was actually leaning slightly over the highway right there. So they actually, after I left and had taken this photo, were closing off one lane of the highway. So anyway, the pole didn't fall, but it had begun to lean. But they're out there fixing it as I record this video. So thank God for that. Also, earlier I try to, in all my storm videos, show my Weather Channel app. It was totally red bordered, meaning there was a current warning issued for this area. As you can see, that issue is gone.